In 2019, a Tesco manager in Wolverhampton quietly told staff to stop announcing yellow sticker times over the tannoy. The reason? Customers had figured out the pattern. They were arriving 12 minutes early, filling trolleys with premium cuts and artisan bread at 90% off and leaving before the shelf could be restocked at full price. That manager was not breaking any law. Neither were the customers, but something about it made the supermarket very uncomfortable. Number 7 on this list is something Sainsbury's trained its own staff to avoid discussing with shoppers. Number 14 is written into consumer protection law, but Asda has never once put up a sign explaining it. And number 3, I tested this personally at 3 different Tesco's. It worked every single time. These are not scams. They are not illegal. They are the rules the supermarkets wrote themselves, but never expected anyone to actually read. Before we start, hit subscribe. Let us count down all 25. Number 25, the yellow sticker window. Every Tesco, Sainsbury's, Morrisons and Waitrose in Britain operates on a yellow sticker schedule, and almost none of them advertise when that schedule runs. The reductions happen in waves. A small markdown early afternoon, a deeper cut around 5 p.m, and then the serious discounting, sometimes 75 to 90% off, happens between 7 and 9 p.m, depending on the store. The trick is not just showing up late, it is learning the specific pattern for your local branch. Staff rotations change the timing slightly. A store with evening trade pushes reductions later. One near an office block starts earlier to catch the commuter rush. Visit the same store 3 evenings in a row. Note when the yellow stickers appear on meat, fresh pasta and bakery items. By the 3rd visit, you will know the exact window. A joint of salmon marked down from £9 to 89 pence. A sourdough loaf from £2.50 to 25 pence. The reduction shelf becomes a second shop inside the shop, and the supermarket cannot stop you using it. Number 24. The shelf price rule. This one is written into the Consumer Protection from Unfair Trading Regulations 2008, and most British shoppers have never heard of it. If an item is on the shelf marked at one price and the till charges a different, higher price, you are legally entitled to purchase it at the shelf price. This is not a matter of goodwill. It is a legal obligation the retailer carries once a price has been displayed. The loophole most people miss is this. If a store refuses to honor the shelf price, you have the right to report them to trading standards. In practice, most customer service desks will simply honor it on the spot rather than escalate. Always photograph the shelf label before you approach the till. That image is your evidence. Supermarkets run thousands of price changes every week. Errors are common. Most shoppers simply pay the higher price without question. The ones who know this rule never do. Number 23. The rain check. Morrisons and some Tesco stores still operate a rain check policy, though you will never see it advertised near the entrance. If a promotional item is out of stock, you can request a rain check at the customer service desk. This is a written guarantee entitling you to purchase that item at the promotional price when stock returns, even if the promotion has ended by then. In practice, this means spotting a half-price promotion, noting it is nearly sold out, and securing the discounted price on a future shop before the sale officially closes. Staff are not always aware this policy exists. Some stores have quietly phased it out, but enough branches still honor it that it is worth asking, particularly for big-ticket items like coffee, washing powder, or alcohol during seasonal promotions. The worst they can say is no. The best case is locking in a promotional price 2 weeks after the sale has ended. Number 22. Damage discount. Every supermarket has the authority to discount damaged packaging on the spot, but almost none of them do it automatically. A crushed cornflakes box still contains perfectly intact cereal. A dented tin of chopped tomatoes is entirely safe to eat. The food inside is identical to the product on the undamaged shelf beside it. The loophole is simply asking, take the damaged item to the customer service desk and request a reduction. In most stores, a supervisor can authorize a markdown of 10 to 30% immediately. At Waitrose and Marks & Spencer, where margins are higher, The discounts on cosmetically damaged stock can be more generous still. Some experienced shoppers deliberately look for dented tins, split outer packaging, or cracked egg boxes with only 1 or 2 broken eggs, then request the reduction. It is not dishonest. The item genuinely is damaged. The supermarket simply forgot to tell you they can fix the price. Number 21. Loyalty card stacking. Here is where things start getting interesting. Tesco Clubcard, Nectar, and Morrison's More all allow points to be collected on the same transaction as a promotional discount. But the loophole that supermarkets genuinely dislike is using cashback apps alongside loyalty points. Checkout Smart, Shopmium, and Green Gin all offer cashback on specific products that are often already on Clubcard or Nectar promotion. Stack a 50 pence off Clubcard price with a 75 pence cashback offer on the same item, and you are effectively being paid to buy something. This is entirely permitted under the terms of all 3 programs. The supermarkets know it happens. They count on the fact that most shoppers will not check 3 different apps before walking down the cereal aisle. The ones who do check regularly report saving between £15 and £40 per month on top of standard loyalty discounts. That is over £400 a year for pulling out your phone for 2 minutes before shopping. Number 20. The misprice scan guarantee. This is one that Asda used to advertise loudly and now quietly maintains without promotion. Several major supermarkets, including Asda and some co-op branches, operate a policy that if an item scans at the wrong price at the till, you receive either the item free or a significant discount as compensation for the error. Asda's original policy was a free item if the shelf price and scan price did not match. The policy has been amended over the years, but the core principle remains in place at many branches. The practical application is checking your receipt before you leave the store rather than on the bus home. Price discrepancies between shelf and till are more common than supermarkets admit. When you spot one, approach customer services immediately. The compensation policy kicks in only if you raise the issue before leaving the premises. Number 19. Buying loose against packaged. Supermarkets make significantly higher margins on pre-packaged produce than on loose items, which is exactly why the loose section has been shrinking in most major stores for the past decade. But where it still exists, the price differential is dramatic. Loose carrots at Morrison's can be 40% cheaper per kilogram than the bagged equivalent. Loose onions against net bags. Loose apples against the pre-packaged tray. The savings compound when you buy only what you need, cutting down on waste and therefore cutting down on the effective price per meal. The tactic supermarkets use against this is placement. Loose produce is rarely at eye level and rarely near the store entrance where impulse buying happens. It sits at the back, unstaffed, slightly unglamorous. Walking past the packaged version to find the loose bin is the entire barrier between most shoppers and a 40% saving on their weekly vegetables. First pattern. Break. Here is where it gets uncomfortable. Supermarket loyalty schemes are not designed to save you money. They are designed to collect your purchasing data and sell targeted advertising to the brands whose products you already buy. When Tesco introduced Clubcard in 1995, the first year's data told them more about British shopping habits than any market research in history. They knew which households were buying nappies and beer simultaneously. They knew which postcodes switched to own brand when money was tight. They used this to price products differently depending on your shopping profile. The Clubcard prices you see today are not discounts, they are the actual price. The non-Clubcard price is an artificially inflated figure designed to make you feel the card is saving you something. What it is actually doing is making you hand over your data in exchange for paying what the product should have cost anyway. Knowing this does not mean you should not use the card. It means you should use it strategically, which is exactly what numbers 18 through 14 explain. Number 18. The Phantom Loyalty Card number. Lidl Plus, Morrison's More, and Boots Advantage all have a version of this. At self-checkout, you can sometimes enter any valid loyalty card number format to access member prices without having an account registered in your name. More usefully, some stores allow staff to enter a generic store number to give customers who have forgotten their card the member price as a goodwill gesture. Simply ask. The phrase to use is that you left your card at home. In practice, most self-checkout hosts will either scan a store card or manually override the membership price without hesitation. This does not earn you points, but if the membership price is significantly lower than standard, accessing it without your card for a single shop is both permitted and common. Stores factor this into their customer service training. What they do not factor in is you knowing to ask. Number 17. Best before is not used by. This is not a loophole so much as a legal distinction that supermarkets actively obscure because they profit from you not understanding it. Best before dates are quality indicators. The food is safe to eat beyond them. Use by dates are safety indicators. These matter. Eggs stamped best before 2 weeks ago are perfectly fine. A packet of pasta best before last March is entirely edible. Tinned goods best before 3 years ago are safe. Supermarkets reduce best before items on yellow sticker shelves, but then bin enormous quantities of perfectly safe stock before it reaches that point, because the alternative is managing consumer complaints about quality. At home, understanding this distinction means the effective shelf life of your shop doubles. It also means that when you find tinned goods, dry goods, or dairy items approaching or past their best before date at full price, you have grounds to request a yellow sticker reduction at the service desk. Number 16. The student and blue light discount. Morrisons, Waitrose, and Co-op all offer discounts to students, NHS staff, and emergency service workers that are not widely advertised at the store entrance. Morrisons' NHS discount has at times been available without verification beyond showing a work ID badge. Waitrose offers a staff and community discount program through which NHS workers have occasionally been enrolled. The key is asking at the customer service desk rather than waiting to be told. These programs open and close without fanfare. A worker who asked in January of one year might be turned away in April. A worker who never asked might be missing a standing 10% saving without realizing it. Even where formal programs do not exist, store managers have significant discretion on goodwill discounts. The politely informed customer who knows a discount program exists elsewhere is often given something comparable on the spot. Number 15. Cashback app arbitrage. Top Cashback and Quidco both operate grocery cashback programs that most British shoppers associate only with online retail. But the in-store cashback option through both apps covers supermarket purchases, and when stacked with existing promotions, can produce a situation where you are receiving cashback on items that are already discounted. The process involves activating specific offers within the app before entering the store, purchasing those items, then uploading your receipt. Cashback typically arrives within 2 to 8 weeks. The arbitrage element comes from timing major purchase decisions, bulk buys of washing powder, coffee, or toiletries, to coincide with periods when both the supermarket promotion and the cashback app offer are simultaneously active. Experienced users report that specific items can be purchased at a net cost close to zero once cashback is factored in. The supermarket has no mechanism to prevent this. The cashback is paid by the brand, not the retailer. Second pattern break. Controversy incoming. Supermarkets spend more on preventing checkout theft than they earn from their in-store bakeries. The self-checkout revolution was not introduced to serve customers. It was introduced to reduce staffing costs while simultaneously shifting the moral burden of accuracy onto you. Every time a self-checkout machine accuses you of an unexpected item in the bagging area, the implicit message is that you are a potential thief who must prove otherwise. Here is the data they do not share. Shrinkage rates, meaning stock loss, actually increased at most supermarkets after the mass introduction of self-checkouts. The machines created new opportunities for both deliberate and accidental scanning errors, while cutting the staff who might have noticed them. The loophole this creates is straightforward. Self-checkout errors are more common than staffed checkout errors. When you are overcharged at self-checkout, the store's own system made it harder to catch. The obligation to check and correct the error falls on you, but the store's responsibility to provide accurate pricing remains absolute. Number 14. Price guarantee schemes. Sainsbury's price promise was discontinued, but the principle it established lives on in various forms. Asda's price guarantee, Tesco low price promise, and Morrison's match campaigns all created a consumer expectation that supermarkets would not charge more than their closest competitor for comparable items. Where formal schemes remain active, triggering them requires knowing they exist and following the claim process. More usefully, the existence of these past commitments gives you genuine leverage at customer service desks when presenting evidence of a significantly cheaper price at a competitor for an identical product. Managers with the authority to price match will frequently do so to retain a customer, even without a formal policy in place. The phrase to use is not, "Can you match this?" but "I noticed your price guarantee states." Even if the specific guarantee has expired, the reputational pressure it creates remains useful. Number 13. The frozen reduction. This is one that Morrison's yellow sticker shoppers discovered independently and spread almost entirely by word of mouth. Fresh produce and meat reduced to a yellow sticker price can be purchased, taken home, and frozen immediately. This is entirely legal. The product has simply been discounted because it is approaching its use-by date, not because it is already past it. Meat purchased at 90% off and frozen that afternoon is as safe and high quality as the same cut bought at full price. The loophole extends to buying multiple units of the same reduced item for freezing, essentially purchasing several weeks of protein in a single shop at a fraction of full cost. Supermarkets introduced limits on some reduced items, particularly during periods of high demand, but single shopper limits on yellow sticker items are rarely enforced and even more rarely signed. Number 12. Own brand versus premium brand chemistry. This is not a loophole in the traditional sense. It is a manufacturing secret that major supermarkets would rather you did not investigate. A significant proportion of own brand supermarket products are manufactured in the same factories, using the same recipes and the same ingredients, as the premium branded versions sitting directly beside them on the shelf. The difference is the label and the price. Tesco Finest biscuits and a well-known premium brand shortbread have been produced by the same Scottish manufacturer in the same production run. Aldi olive oil and a branded olive oil priced 3 times higher have tested identically in blind consumer panels. Which products? The packaging never tells you, but categories where own brand parity is consistently documented include tinned goods, dairy products, cereals, bread, olive oil, frozen vegetables, and paracetamol. Checking the country of origin, the manufacturer's address on the small print, and conducting comparison tastings at home costs nothing and saves potentially hundreds annually. Number 11. The substitution refusal. Online grocery shoppers in Britain have largely accepted supermarket substitutions as an unavoidable inconvenience. The premium organic almond milk you ordered arrives as a value soya alternative. You have already paid. The driver is at the door. It feels too complicated to refuse. But every major online grocery service operated by Tesco, Sainsbury's, Morrison's, and Ocado includes a substitution refusal policy that entitles you to reject substituted items at the door, return them with the driver, and receive an automatic refund without any need to contact customer services. More importantly, the original item you ordered is still registered as out of stock, meaning if you check the website again the following day, it is frequently back in stock at the original price. The automatic acceptance of substitutions costs British online grocery shoppers tens of millions of pounds a year in items they did not choose and prices they did not agree to. Third pattern, break. Here is what the data actually says about British supermarket pricing. The same basket of 20 everyday items compared across Tesco, Sainsbury's, Morrison's, Asda, Lidl and Aldi shows a consistent 35 to 40% price difference between the most expensive and the cheapest. That gap does not reflect quality differences on staple items. It reflects brand positioning, store location premiums, and the assumption that customers will not check. the average British household makes the same supermarket its primary shop for years. That loyalty, which supermarkets cultivate aggressively through loyalty cards and habitual placement of your regular items, costs the average family between £800 and £1,200 per year against a mixed store strategy. The loopholes in the next block are specifically designed around that gap. Number 10. Lidl and Aldi middle aisle timing. The Lidl and Aldi middle aisle, known colloquially as the middle of Lidl, operates on a specific rotation calendar that both retailers publish online without fanfare. High-value items, power tools, kitchen appliances, cycling equipment, camping gear arrive on a Tuesday at Lidl and a Thursday at Aldi. The quantities are deliberately limited. Items sell out within hours. The loophole is simple. Check the upcoming weekly rotation online. Arrive when the store opens on the delivery day and purchase at a price typically 40 to 60% below equivalent high street retail. The same angle grinder available at B&Q for £85 appears in the Lidl middle aisle at £29 and 99 pence for precisely 1 week. There is no legitimate reason not to use this. The products carry full EU and UK standard warranties. The quality on many lines is equivalent to branded alternatives. The stores just never thought to tell you the schedule was publicly available. Number 9. Price per unit comparison. Every supermarket shelf label in Britain is legally required to display a price per unit, whether per 100 grams, per litre or per item. This requirement exists to allow direct price comparison across different package sizes. In practice, the unit price is printed in a font approximately 1/4 the size of the retail price, placed in a position that requires close examination and inconsistently applied across categories. The loophole most shoppers miss is that buying a larger size is not always cheaper per unit. Supermarkets frequently price 500-gram bags at a lower unit cost than 1-kilogram bags in the same brand, or run promotions that make the smaller pack better value than the larger one when both are on offer simultaneously. Scanning the unit price rather than the headline price on two comparable products takes approximately 4 seconds. The savings across a full weekly shop are not trivial. Number 8. The early morning bakery. In-store bakeries at Morrisons, Asda and Sainsbury's operate on a production schedule that ends between 2 and 4 p.m. at most branches. Bread, pastries and rolls baked that morning begin receiving yellow stickers from approximately 3 p.m. The loophole that most shoppers miss is that bakery items reduced at 3 p.m. are just as fresh as the same items sold at full price at 9 a.m. They were baked the same morning. The yellow sticker reflects time on shelf, rather than any change in quality. A sourdough loaf baked at 7 a.m. and reduced at 3 p.m. with a same-day best before will freeze perfectly. A batch of pain au chocolat purchased at 80% off at 4 p.m. is identical in quality to the same product sold at full price to the 9 a.m. customer who happened to arrive earlier in the day. Number 7. The complaint voucher. This one Sainsbury's specifically trained customer service staff to handle carefully because the payout rate became significant once shoppers understood it. If you have a genuine complaint about a product, packaging defect, quality issue, or misleading labeling, most major supermarkets have a discretionary voucher policy that allows customer service staff to issue between £2 and £10 in-store credit without requiring managerial authorization. Legitimate complaints receive legitimate compensation. A pack of strawberries where half the punnet is moldy. A ready meal that does not resemble the packaging photograph in any meaningful way. A product you could not find on the shelf that the app showed as in stock. These are all valid grounds. The supermarket would rather issue a £5 voucher and retain a customer than have a complaint escalate to social media. Staff with voucher authority use it freely when a customer presents a reasonable case, calmly and specifically. Number 6. Freezer stocking. During promotions, buy one, get one free, 3 for 2, and half-price promotions on non-perishable and freezable goods are not designed for the customer who buys their normal quantity on sale. They are designed for the customer who buys exactly what they would have bought anyway, but at a lower unit price. The loophole is purchasing multiples beyond your immediate need, freezing perishable items, and stocking ambient goods during the promotional window. A half-price promotion on chicken breasts running for 2 weeks allows a household to purchase 2 months of chicken at half price. The same applies to cheese, butter, bacon, fish, and any protein that freezes well. Ambient goods, coffee, tinned food, pasta, washing powder have effective shelf lives measured in years. Buying 12 tins of chopped tomatoes at half price during a promotion and not buying them again until the next promotion is not hoarding. It is elementary cost management. Number 5. Nectar and Club Card point conversion. Both Nectar and Club Card allow points to be converted into vouchers at a rate that can then be used against a shopping trip, typically at 2 or 4 times face value when converted through partner brands. The mechanism Tesco specifically designed to work against heavy users is the expiry structure on converted points. Vouchers issued through Club Card Boost, Tesco's own enhancement scheme, expire within a window that many customers miss. Setting a phone reminder on the date your Boost vouchers expire is a trivially simple action that prevents losing converted points worth 2 to 4 times what you paid into the loyalty program. The average British Club Card holder loses between £15 and £30 in expired Boost vouchers per year, simply through not tracking the expiry date. Nectar users lose a comparable figure. The supermarkets are aware of the expiry failure rate. It is not a bug in the system. Fourth pattern break. The most powerful loophole on this entire list is one that requires no app, no voucher, and no timing schedule. It requires only changing your reference price. British shoppers consistently overestimate how much their regular branded items cost at a competitor. When a researcher from Which magazine followed shoppers around a Waitrose in 2022 and asked them to estimate the price of an equivalent own brand item at Lidl, the average estimate was still higher than the actual Lidl price. The psychological premium attached to a familiar supermarket environment means most shoppers do not actually know what things cost. They know what their supermarket charges. Those are not the same number. Walking through a Lidl once every 3 weeks for dry goods, coffee and cleaning products, while using your regular supermarket for items where quality or availability genuinely matters, is the most consistently effective cost reduction strategy documented by every independent consumer body in Britain. It is not a loophole. It is just information your regular supermarket has a financial interest in you never acting on. Number 4. Clearance aisle arbitrage. Clearance sections in large Tesco Extra, Asda Supercentre and Morrisons superstores exist for stock that cannot go back to the main shelf, seasonal lines that did not sell through, and end-of-range items. These sections are not consistently stocked, they are not widely signposted, and they vary dramatically between branches. The loophole is treating the clearance aisle as a destination rather than an accidental discovery. A browser who checks the clearance section on every visit will find branded goods at prices that make no commercial sense when compared to the main aisle. Christmas confectionery in January. Summer barbecue products in September. Discontinued varieties of products that are identical to the current version but carry an old label. Items retailing at 12 pence that have a face value of £2.49. The stock is random. The savings are not. Number 3. The duplicate scan check. Self-checkout machines at every major British supermarket have a documented tendency to scan individual items twice during high-traffic periods, particularly when items are passed over the scanner quickly or when the sensor requires 2 passes to read the barcode. The duplicate charge appears on the receipt as 2 line entries for the same product. In the absence of a member of staff reviewing the transaction, the duplicate charge simply stands. Checking your receipt before leaving the store and identifying any doubled entries entitles you to an immediate refund at customer services for the duplicated charge. Beyond simple error, studying your receipt for items you do not remember purchasing, items at prices that do not match the shelf label, and bag charges you did not authorize takes approximately 90 seconds. Consumer groups estimate that unchecked self-checkout receipts cost British shoppers collectively over £1 billion in avoidable overcharges every year. Every single one of those overcharges is fully refundable. Number 2. The Introductory Delivery Pass. Every major British supermarket offering home delivery, Tesco, Sainsbury's, Ocado, Morrisons, and Asda, offers an Introductory Delivery Pass trial at a significantly discounted rate, often free for the first month. Once the trial ends, the full subscription renews automatically unless cancelled. The loophole is using the trial period for heavy weeks, bank holiday shops, or large one-off purchases, then cancelling before renewal. There is no restriction on signing up again under the same account after a gap period in most cases. More usefully, each of the 5 major services offers their own introductory rate independently. A household that rotates across services using each introductory offer before moving to the next can access discounted or free delivery continuously across a 12-month period without ever paying the full annual delivery pass price. The services count on trial users converting to full subscribers at a high enough rate that the cost of trial cancellations remains acceptable. The ones who rotate between services permanently represent a known but tolerated loss. Number 1. The Strategic Shop Split. The most financially significant loophole available to any British supermarket shopper has no app, no timing requirement, and no argument at a customer service desk. It is dividing a single weekly shop into 3 distinct categories and purchasing each from the cheapest available source. Branded goods with fixed quality expectations, own brand ambient staples, and fresh produce, meat, and dairy. Branded goods at the lowest price found through price comparison tools like My Supermarket or Which, cheapest. Own brand ambient staples at Lidl or Aldi, where the own brand tier consistently undercuts major supermarket equivalents by 25 to 40%. Fresh produce from whichever local source, market or supermarket carries the current best yellow sticker or loose produce value. A household spending £120 per week at a single Tesco operating this 3-category split consistently reports final spend in the £75 to £90 range for an equivalent basket. That is a £1,500 to £2,300 annual saving. No supermarket in Britain has any interest in explaining this to you, and every single element of the loyalty card system, the store layout, the app notifications, and the promotional architecture is designed specifically to prevent you from ever doing it. 25 loopholes. None of them illegal. None of them requiring anything the supermarkets have not already made available. The dripping jar of the modern kitchen is knowing your yellow sticker window. The pressure cooker is the Introductory Delivery Pass rotated across 5 services. Try one this week, just one, and check your receipt before you leave the self-checkout. Then come back and tell me what you found. Because the rules were always there, they just assumed you would never read them.